Hi, I'm Vanessa.
Hi, I'm Ray,
And we are Orderly. And today we're going to talk about how we organize.
The first step is quite straightforward.
Yeah.
You have to categorize first, right?
Correct. Yeah, I think sometimes categorizing is like the biggest problem, right?
Why?
Because I think some people feel like, oh, like what category do I put this under? It's like it's in between two categories, or like do I go with the smaller category or the bigger category, like the bigger group name?
Yeah.
And again, it boils down to what type you are.
Mm.
But I think most of us, we live with other people, which means that we should always be defaulting back to the macro group, like the bigger group. Yeah.
And also, I think not to stress you out, right? Like organizing it, the act of organizing shouldn't be stressful. Like even thinking about how to organize or categorize, you don't have to overthink it. If it comes naturally to you, that you would put this with this rather than that, then just do it because it means that you're gonna naturally remember it a lot better. So like sometimes we have a lot of miscellaneous
Yeah.
accessories and whatnot. So we tend to ask the question of like, when are you gonna use it? What are you gonna use it with? How do you use it? So sometimes by asking yourself these questions, then you would have a better idea how to categorize it. Like, for example, the other day, I found a lot of carabiners in my client's home. Where would you keep it?
Well, it depends on what they're used for, right?
Okay, so how would you use a carabiner for yourself?
I guess I might put them with like travel or
Okay.
something.
Very just mainly you use it for travel, day to day.
I don't have a single carabiner in my home.
Aha, minimalist there. Okay, so yeah, there you go. So the way you use carabiner is quite different from me.
Yeah.
For me, my husband likes to. He's not the asshole uncle lah, but he likes to have them on my kids' bags.
Yeah.
So that sometimes if the kids are tired of carrying their own bags, he can hook their bags onto his own bag.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so he has one. We hang one on each of their bags.
I see.
Yeah, and we always and where I keep them is actually by my entryway. Whereby sometimes like a new bag that I'm changing out the bag, I just want to hook one on quickly.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's where I will keep it.
Yeah.
If not, I will check the client. Sometimes it's like stationery, right? Like it's kind of like a keychain thingy. Or travel like you.
And some people use it for sports, right? Like the climbers. I think they use the carabiners a lot.
Yeah. So you
Yeah.
see, one item can be used so many different ways.
I think it really depends on your lifestyle and how that item flows within your lifestyle.
And the point of organizing and categorizing is to make your life easier.
Yes.
So that you can find the things better, right?
Yes.
So better and faster. So don't overthink it. Just ask yourself what's more natural to you,
Yeah.
so that you remember where to find it also. Yeah.
Now, after you settle your categories, then the next most important thing is to label. Some people always feel like, I know lah. I put it there, of course I know what this is. Or very plain to see, right? It's so obvious.
Right?
This is
Yeah.
what.
So duh, right?
Yeah, but
You label for what?
no. Because if someone else is also using the system, it might not come as intuitively to them as it was to you,
Yeah.
right? So labels always help that person to find what they need or put things back where they belong. And also, it helps you as well. So even though you think it's very easy for you to put things back or you know what category it is, you don't have to think about it when it comes time for you to actually put the thing back. It shortens your thinking and your decision making time.
And
right?
it improves communication between spouses.
Yeah.
The whichever spouse might be like, go to the kitchen, look for the label, it's there, I don't need to tell you where it is, right? I mean, if it's already written so clearly,
Yeah.
really there's nothing else to say. You just need to find, you can read, right?
Yeah,
Exactly. So I think a lot of us underestimate the impact of how just the act of labeling and just being able to see that those words help to just reduce your mental load.
Yeah.
Especially in times when you feel really overwhelmed. You're like, oh my god, so frustrated with everything.
Yeah.
Want to give up on life, and then you still want to organize, right? Like,
Yeah, man.
like just being able to see what should go where, just makes your life a lot easier. Yeah.
So if you're having trouble with labeling, you don't know what to call your categories, we have a free guide.
Which we'll link in the description below.
Yeah. Okay, so
You
feel
can
free.
download. And so how we have designed that guide is that we have split up via macro and micro. So depending on what type of organizer you are, or you could even use different labels. Like for example, in the shared spaces, you could use the more macro labels, and then for your own personal space or for some particular area, for example, like crafts or stationery, you want to be a little bit more micro, then you can refer to the micro labels.
Or you can just pick and choose,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah, it's actually pretty free for all. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
And then
So
after labeling would be, I mean, as part of organizing, we also pay attention to some like principles that we follow by,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. And one thing that I think a lot of people may not realize, but it's comes very naturally to us, is to keep things vertical.
so off the floor,
Mhm.
up the walls, or higher up as much as possible. Use up the vertical space because vertical space is the one thing that's the most rarely used.
Yeah,
Right.
and also vertically within a
Yes.
bin.
Yeah.
Within
So
the
instead
drawer.
of things lying down in the bin, we stand them up. Yeah, because otherwise the air space is not going to be used anyway.
And one way to remember this is vertical is V, right? So V is visual. So when it's vertical, you can see it. But if it's H, as horizontal is hidden. I learned that from Cassandra, and I found it to be a really good tip. So just by, for example, all the snacks in your drawers, just lay them vertically, you will be able to at a glance see what you have, and then you may not forget to use it. Yeah, and even for papers, I think like papers are one thing that can pile up really quickly. But if you file them vertically rather than have them laid down on a tray, it's just a lot easier to find what you need as
Yeah,
well.
even clothes as well.
Oh yes.
Right. So some people like to put their clothes in a pile, and then that actually makes retrieving the one on the bottom even harder.
Yeah, I think the
Yeah.
only exception for clothes would be like say like thick sweaters
Mm-hmm.
or like a small pile of items,
Yeah.
like just 3 or 4 thick
Yeah.
sweaters. I think it's okay.
Again, we don't recommend stacking more than like if two if possible, because if you only have two things, you just have to remove one thing on top to reach the one on the bottom.
Yeah.
But if you have 3 or 4, then it gets a bit cumbersome.
Yeah, or if it's like
Yeah.
jeans, it's a little
Yeah.
bit firmer. If you take one out, it doesn't really topple the rest. I think that's still okay. But by and large, we still try to keep things vertical as much as we can. Yes. And then also, other than keeping them vertical, another tip would be to kind of like organize them like by height, right? Yeah, it really depends on your preference, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, like maybe if books, you like them, from short to tall, or if even for drawers, things within drawers or within a bin, we always like to keep the shorter one in front and the taller items below, so that at a glance you can also see what's the one behind. Because if you have the tall one in front, it will block everything else.
Yes, correct.
Correct. And what else do we have?
Next thing is the first in, first out principle, which I think many of us have heard of in school.
Or
right?
at workplace,
Or at workplace,
logistics,
yeah.
or inventory management, and
Yeah.
accounting, right?
Yeah, it makes sense, right? Like use up whatever you bring into the house first. It helps with expiry also.
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah.
Or even just designating a separate space for
Yeah,
backstock, right?
correct.
Which is what we do for our clients if space allows. Yeah. If let's say you can't be bothered to do first in first out, but I think, in the fridge, like I think that really helps.
Yeah.
When let's say you're stocking up your beverages.
Yeah, push the new ones to the back.
Yeah,
so that the older ones are always in front.
Correct.
Yeah. Easier for you to get them also.
And it's a lot easier when you have a bin.
Yes.
Pull it out and then you
Push forward.
push everything forward and then just put the new
Back,
ones
back,
at the back. Yeah, exactly. Correct.
Okay. Lastly, I think is to keep accessibility within your eye to chest area, because that's the place that you have the most reach, right? Like easier for you to reach around. But eye to chest could mean different things for different people, right? Because we once had a client that was very tall.
Okay.
Yeah, and his eye to chest were like the top cabinets. Which for me, it's like unimaginable lah.
Yeah, right.
I was really struggling.
Right.
Yeah, I had to climb up.
I remember that I also had to like his convenient height was like
Yeah.
my up there,
Yeah, so normally we prioritize eye to chest area first, then we go down because it's easier for us to crouch down than to reach on top.
Yes.
Right? Because if I need to reach something higher, I need to go and drag a step stool from somewhere all the way here for me to reach the top. But for him, he just opened and then the top shelf is there. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah, so we had to like flip the way we
Yeah.
design the space for him. But I guess this final tip is really useful when it comes to space planning as well. This is something that's constantly at the back of our minds, right? Like when we're designing a space,
Yeah.
my favorite storeroom is always like, okay, things that you rarely use all the way at the top or at the bottom. Yeah, and then everything in between are things that you need kind of frequent access
Yeah.
to. Yeah.
So sometimes you will hear us asking, how tall is the client? Is she taller than me?
Yeah, how tall is your wife?
Yeah.
Yeah. How tall is your
So we
husband?
can figure out like, do we do it on top? Do we put it
Yeah,
below?
exactly.
Not like we're trying to compare height and like get personal, okay? But it's really for our use.
Yeah. So we hope these tips have been useful for you, and we'll share more about organizing and decluttering in our subsequent episodes. So see you guys next time.
Stay tuned. Bye.